Vergil Ortiz, we will take aggressive action against you. He is not a free agent, and we will prove that. And by the way, if you hate clapback, you're likely the topic of the week, and you're the problem in boxing. Have a great day.
Yeah, very, very artificially flavored, right? And I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, Oscar can say whatever he wants to say, right? He can take the position that he's taken, but I think the reality and the truth about the situation is that Oscar De La Hoya, with Oscar De La Hoya, is that Vergil Ortiz doesn't want to do business with you anymore, just like a lot of other fighters. And I think this is an inopportune time for this to happen for Oscar De La Hoya because he's in the middle of negotiating with DAZN. So all of his leverage, all the pieces he has, all the fighters he have on his roster are very important for them to be there, because when you come to the table, you're going to leverage these guys' influence in the space to make an argument for why your distribution deal should be just as good as it was before, if not better than it was before, right? And Rick Meridian also went and responded and spoke to the idea that as a manager, of course, he has a place at the table, and that Oscar De La Hoya may have things misconstrued, and maybe Oscar De La Hoya doesn't realize that some of the things he said or some of the things he's done can be used against him as breach of contract. These guys will be in court litigating and trying to figure this out. I guess the big question at this point is going to be, how does this affect Vergil Ortiz moving forward? Is Vergil Ortiz going to be able to still make fights? Is this make the Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz fight a fight that realistically can happen at the end of March? Can this still be put together with all of this happening in the background with Oscar De La Hoya and Vergil Ortiz? Litigations can drag out into years, multiple years. And what does that put Vergil Ortiz at? Does this stall up or freeze his career up a little bit as he's trying to figure out this whole situation? Now, Ryan Garcia has been upfront and tried everything you can imagine. He's badmouthed Oscar De La Hoya. He's challenged him on press conference floors. He's tried to operate outside of the contract, and Oscar De La Hoya has jumped in front of that with his own contract and understanding, and stopped Ryan Garcia from making fights overseas, or even with the Jake Paul situation was able to speak up front about not allowing Ryan Garcia to be involved in that as well. We've seen how Oscar can be. Will Vergil Ortiz be willing to sit on the sideline potentially as this litigates and figures itself out, and while his career stands still, or will they have to, meet somewhere in the middle and kind of find some common ground in order for Vergil Ortiz to still be active and still pursue his ambition on being a champion at 154? He's a fighter who's getting bigger. I could see Vergil Ortiz competing at 160 at some point in time. So how much time does Vergil Ortiz have on his side? Does he have the staying power to wait on the sideline while this gets figured out? Or, we'll see how that all turns out, right? You guys let me know what you think in the comments.